You are about to listen to a Jason Burgos exclusive interview.
What's up, dude? Thanks for having me, man.
I appreciate the time. How what are you, about 3 weeks out from camp? How's camp going? How's everything in preparation at the lab? How you feeling heading into this fight?
I feel great, man. Everything's on schedule, dude. We're putting in all the necessary work, so we're having a good time here.
Now, first, before we get to the Pico fight, of course, I want to talk about your last fight and victory against Andy Main. I like getting technical details from fighters. Now, Andy Main, very long, lanky guy. Well, what was the strategy to get inside on that length? I mean, early in the fight, you worked the body and the legs a lot early and often. What was it, to fight long and go low and then work him over until he lowered his hands eventually?
Yeah, something like that, dude. Mainly just get in there and get a feel for things before I really open up on him because, like you're saying, he's long, dude, and he's a southpaw, like 6 feet tall, 74-inch reach. So that was a little bit of something to deal with. So we're just kind of chipping away at him, and I just had faith in my preparation and power that I was going to put him away, and it took a little longer than I'd like, but I'm glad I got the finish for sure.
Have you fought a lot of fighters like that? Like what did you do? Like, did you bring in any unique or work with any unique kind of sparring partners? Because I forgot who it was. Maybe it might have been Oscar De La Hoya a long time ago. Talked about the point or I forget who it was, but made the point it's really hard to fight long fighters and it's difficult. Like, was it something you used to, or that was the first time you ever fought someone that rangy?
Yeah, it's different for sure, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, dude, fighting anybody inside of the cage can be hard, you know? But, the way I look at it, dude, I'm ready to fucking throw down with anybody, so it's all good. And luckily, I got a teammate, Alex Caceres, Bruce Leroy. Dude, he's about that length, dude, so that helped out too, and he's a lot trickier than that guy, so... luckily, we got some good training partners at the MMA Lab, so that helped out for sure.
How would you grade your performance coming off that third round knockout? Did you execute things the way you wanted to, or did you make some errors that you want to go back and work on? Like, what you think of your overall performance?
Yeah, man, there's especially with 3 rounds, it's hard to be perfect for 3 rounds, so there's definitely things that need to be worked on, and I'm definitely happy with my performance because I didn't really get hit and didn't take any damage, so that's always good, man. So I was pretty happy with it.
Now, you train at the Lab, Benson Henderson Gym. Now, Benson Henderson, of course, there you mentioned Alex Caceres. What makes that a great gym and place to train at?
Just so it's just so sought after, you know what I mean? People from all over this country, and actually all over the world now. We got a Korean zombie in town right now.
Oh, nice.
He's in town training with us. So it's just one of those places. The vibe is strong there, dude. It spreads like wildfire, dude. Everybody's on point. Everybody's there to work, dude, and it's just a good place, man.
Now, moving on to the Pico fight, without a doubt, because of the hype surrounding Aaron Pico as one of the best prospects the sport has ever seen, the focus heading into the fight is probably going to be on him, and unfairly so, because you are a veteran of 19 fights, going into your 8th year in the sport, and it's been a successful career. Does that bother you at all, considering the work you have put into the sport and your career, that this guy at 4-1 is going to get more of the focus than you will?
Not at all, dude. I'm actually grateful for the opportunity for the big stage and fighting a big name. You know what I mean? His hype is justifiable. That dude's put in work. He's smashing some guys. He got some wrestling credentials. He boxed, so, it's just like, yeah, he only has 5 MMA fights, but he's pretty experienced. And it's all good, dude. I'm actually, it's better that, there is some hype going into the fight. Just puts that little extra tingle in you, dude,
I mean, continuing on the topic of the hype, I mean, it's wild the matchmaking he's had in his career. More times than not, if someone said Henry Corrales, 16-3 fighter, who was very good, has fought the best in Bellator, is going to fight someone who's 4-1. People will question, like, that's crazy matchmaking. That doesn't make any sense. But he just fought Higo, who was 18-4, very talented at the time, beat him too. Do you feel, and you mentioned it already, do you feel, his talent does make the matchmaking fair, and what is it already at 4-1 that makes him much more different than your normal 5 fights in career kind of fighter?
Yeah, like I just mentioned earlier, he has a lot of amateur experience, So, the guys can be ready. He's also training with a good team. He's training with a lot of high level fighters. So, you know what I mean? We're preparing for best Aaron Pico, man, best fighter, so.
Now, without doubt, he's a talented striker offensively. However, he can certainly be hit. I mean, it's not, he was hurt by Freeman on the feet in his first fight. He got stunned by Higo in the recent fight. When you're scouting him or your coaches are looking at him, have you found any weaknesses in his striking defense you feel you can take advantage of in the fight?
Yeah, we feel like that with anybody with the chin, anybody with a face, anybody with hands, it's kind of the same thing, we're very, at the end of the day, dude, I'm just kind of self-centered, like, I got to make sure that I bring my best version of myself to the table, for my job, for the fans, for my people. So, that's really what I'm focused on, the guy's good, dude. He's fucking legit, but at the end of the day, it's like, oh man, you got to put in the work. You got to fucking, I got to do all this other shit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a waste of energy. Just sit back and kind of think about what this guy's all about.
Now, if you get to do some work on that face and that chin, like you mentioned, I mean, there's a very good chance he goes to his bread and butter, which is his wrestling, which more than not, most people knew him for before he even entered MMA. How are you preparing for that high-level wrestling? I mean, it's an Olympic-level training he's done. And are you working with any specific training partners, or who at the lab are you working with to mirror that kind of level of grappling?
Yeah, man, we got a lot of wrestlers at the lab. I think it's a wrestling-based school, and again, we got people from all over the country, dude. All these collegiate wrestlers. So, I got my hands full with all these wrestlers. Some bigger guys. We got Jakar Close. He just fought in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, fought Bobby Green. Bobby Moffitt. I just partnered up with him yesterday or the other day. Mike Hamill. So we got some legit wrestlers around, dude, that are keeping me on my toes for sure.
Now, it's no secret any longer. Pico likes to work the body. He's very good at it. In general, he has just legitimate pop in his hands. You like to strike. You've gotten quite a few KOs, TKOs. How do you combat an attack like that? Of course, you don't want to drop your hands to protect the body, but the man does have a proven track record with the devastating liver shot. I mean, how do you deal with that? Do you just have to take it and eat it and make sure your hands are up on your face?
Yeah, well, my midsection is definitely conditioned for whatever you have to throw at it, and circle away from the power. Just stick to the basics, man, and make sure he's not getting off some body shots with nothing in return. And he's in a fight, dude. He throws out my body, I'm gonna be chucking too. So we'll see what's up.
Now, last question. Appreciate the time. A win here would be your 5th in a row. I mean, it seems likely Adrian McKee is probably the next man in line for a shot at Pitbull. If he were unable to do it, do you feel you are deserving of getting that rematch with Pitbull? This time it would be for the title. And then also, if you don't get the rematch, is there anybody else in the top of the division you would really like to face?
Yeah, I'm super interested in that rematch with Pitbull. I fought him last time on like 12 or 13 days notice. So, I wasn't able to bring my best off to the table. And so it'd be nice to get back in there and, show people what I'm about. But, yeah, like you said, 5 in a row, that's, you can't overlook that. So, But at the end of the day, you can't worry about that. Can't worry too much about that type of stuff.
Like you mentioned, you fought him only on 12, 13 days notice. How is your skill set and ability affected, especially going into a fight with such a high caliber fight like that? Do you not get to work on skills and technique training in those? It's all just about getting down to weight, and you really can't truly prepare for him. Is that like the biggest issue with taking something on short notice like that?
Yeah, and before that, dude, I wasn't really training. I wasn't able to train for like 8 months because of I had an injury. I had to get some bone grafts in my teeth. I got like 6 teeth smashed out, and so I wasn't really training. So I was only back in the gym for like a couple weeks. And then that popped up, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's go, dude. I'll fight that guy. Hopped on a plane, and went and fought him. And, and then since then, I've been training. That's when I made the move to Phoenix, Arizona with the MMA Lab, and I've been on a tear since. I haven't lost. So, everything just across the board in life is just, just chipping away, dude, just getting better and better.
And one more quick question. What is the story behind the nickname OK?
Oh, dude, my old trainer, like he, the gunfight at the OK Corrales.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and I'm always down for whatever, dude. He's like, hey, we used to share a gym with some pro boxers. He's like, hey, you gotta come spar this guy, and I'd be like, okay. He'd be like, flip these tires, and I'd be like, all right, okay. He's just like, he just thought it was funny, and he's a fucking clown, dude. The first time I found out about my nickname, I was walking out to my pro debut, and it's all Henry. I didn't have a nickname at the time. It's all Henry OK Corrales. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I looked over at him, and he's all chuckling in the corner. And I was like, fucking guy, dude.
Did you have any other nicknames that you were thinking of in mind, or were you going to be one of the fights that just went nickname free?
Oh, dude, yeah, you definitely don't nickname yourself, dude. That's like a big no-no.
I didn't know that. So more times than not, fighters are nicknamed by trainers or friends or training partners.
Yeah, if they're not fucking weirdos.